Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today because today I will be showing you how to make these really cute mini Christmas wreaths, and they're really quick and really simple to make, and I will show you how to make them. The materials that you will need in order to make these really cute mini Christmas wreath is yarn. You can use any shades of green of your choice. I have so many colors of green, so I just decided to do a couple of them to show you how they look. Like this one I use a really light green. This one I use a little darker green, but that's all up to you what kinds of greens you like for your Christmas wreath. And then I will also be using white for the outer part of my Christmas wreath, which is this part here. You will also need red yarn to make the little berries on your wreath, which are these right here, which we add at the end. You will also need one of these little ribbons. You can buy these at Michael's, at Walmart. You get like a little bag full of different colors. But if you decide to make your own bow out of yarn, that's optional as well. But this is one of the quickest way to make it. And you will also need one of these needles to make the berries on the Christmas wreath. A pair of scissors. You will also need a sewing needle. Then you will need a hairband, or the other option that I used was in the milk cartons. Once you finish your milk, the top piece here, it has a ring that's wrapped around here, and that's what I used to crochet around it to make the Christmas wreath. But you also have the option to use the hair bands, which they are more flexible. You can use those as well. Okay, so let me show you how I started making these Christmas wreaths. Today I will be showing you on how to make the wreath out of this milk carton ring. So first of all, today I will use this color of green, and what you will do is you will make a knot onto the ring here. Then I will insert my crochet needle. Now one thing that I would like to emphasize in order to make this project, it all depends on what type of yarn you will be using. Some yarns are a lot thinner than others, and the one I am using today is kind of in between. This is a red heart yarn, which is not really thick. When you go around the ring here, actually for the thinner ones, the thin yarn that you will be using, you will be making more double crochets than when you're using a thicker yarn. So on this one here, I use about 38 double crochets. I went all the way around. And this one here, actually I went about 42 to 43 double crochets. Why? Because the yarn, it's a lot thinner. It's a baby yarn, so it requires a lot more yarn. The type of crochet needle that you will be using, it all depends on what size you want to make it. I use a size 6, so it's in the middle. It's not too thick or too thin, but that's optional as well. The bigger the size of the crochet needle, the project goes a lot faster. If you want it to be a little bit thinner, then of course you have to use a thinner crochet needle. Okay, so first, make sure you make the knot nice and secure. You are tying this ring here to the crochet needle. Once you have the knot all nice and secured, the first thing that you will do is make 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3. So you have your 3 chains here. Now you will grab the yarn, go into the ring, and you will be making double crochets all around the circle. So just continue making all double crochets. So you just go all the way around until you complete the circle. And this is a really cute idea on how to make these Christmas wreaths. I used to go to a lot of like arts and crafts places where they have all kinds of crocheting things for the holidays. And I never thought how they would make these Christmas wreaths. I thought they were so cute, and then I found out that they use hair bands, or they use any kind of round thing like a milk part of piece here, or they even use like those shower rods, those shower that you curtains that you put in your bathroom. They can use that as well, but I think those are a little bit thicker, and it's a lot harder to crochet into that really thick circle. But I find either that this piece here for the milk or using a hairband is a lot easier to make the wreath. Okay, so I would just continue making the double crochets. And then once I get to the end, and then I will be back and I'll meet you then. Okay, I came to the end here. And now what I will do is I will insert my crochet needle into one of these chains from the top, and then I will slip stitch to join. And now I have my circle here, and that's how it's supposed to look. So now the next step would be to make the white part around the wreath. So that would be the next step. So now I will join the other color of yarn, which I will be using the color white. I will cut a little piece of this yarn that I used first, and then I will attach the white yarn to the green. And then I will make a knot. If the strands are a little too long, I just go ahead and I trim them off. Okay, so now the next step would be, now this row you will be making single crochets, chain 2, skip a chain, single crochet, chain 2. So I will explain to you step by step. So the first thing is, once you have the white yarn connected to the green yarn, then you will chain 1. Once you have the chain 1, you will go into the same chain that you made the knot and join it with the white yarn, and you will make a single crochet. Then I would chain 2, single crochet into that same chain that you did before, and that's 1 stitch here, which they call it a V stitch. So now you will not go into the next chain, you will go into the following chain, and you will insert your needle, make a single crochet, chain 2, go into that same chain, and you will make a single crochet. Now you will skip this chain here, you go to the next chain and make a single crochet. Chain 2, insert into that same chain and you will make a single crochet. Skip the next chain, go into the following one, single crochet, chain 2, go into that same chain and you will make a single crochet. So as you can see, it's starting to form the little ruffles on top. And that's how it's supposed to look, just like this one on my right. Okay, so now I would just continue doing that all the way around until I hit the end. So I will show you a couple of more things here. So I go into the next chain, do a single crochet, chain 2, go into that same chain and single crochet. Skip the next chain, go into the following chain and you will make a single crochet, chain 2, go into that same chain and single crochet. So that's how it's supposed to look. So the next, skip the next chain and go into the following chain, make a single crochet, chain 2, go into that same chain and make a single crochet. I will meet you back until I get to the end and then I will show you the next step. Okay, I came here to my end and I am ready to join it. So I will go into one of these stitches on top and I will make a slip stitch to join. So now, instead of cutting the string off, I will make it a little bit longer so that way you can hang it up on your Christmas tree or anywhere you prefer. So once you have the exact amount of how long you want your string to be, and then I will cut a piece of this yarn off, and to make this hook secure, then I will get this string that I cut off and then I will just make a knot. Just like that. And then if the string is a little too long, and then you can just cut it off a little bit there. And then at the end, you can either tuck this in, that little strand that you cut off, or you can sew it afterwards. So this is the first part of making the wreath. So now that we have that hook, we have the white part around it and then the green part in the center, the next step would be to make the berries. Now, in order to make the berries, you will need one of these crochet needles. And I will show you how to make these. So you cut a little bit long of this yarn and then you will insert it into this needle. And then I will make a knot at the end. Okay, so now I will start from the back. So actually this is the front. So I will flip it back and I will start going into, see, one of these strands here. And then I would just pull. Then you just go into any one of these in the front and then you pull the yarn. And then I will go into one of these strands in between, go a little to the side, and then you will wrap the yarn around the needle like this. And then once you have it in place, you hold with your thumb the yarn and you go all the way until it stops. And you can just press it down a little bit. Once you have it on there, then you insert the needle and you go underneath. And then you just pull it until it makes that little berry. And that's one of the berries. So now I flip it over and I just go in and out about maybe 4 strands you can go into. And then you pull it. You pull the yarn, flip it over, and you kind of eyeball it, see where you want your berry to be. Then you pull the yarn, then insert the needle in between the yarn here, go a little sideways, and once you have the yarn in there, and then you just go around it twice. Hold the red yarn with your thumb as you're pulling the yarn. Then go into the strand there and pull the yarn until it stops. And that's your second berry. Then you flip it over and then you go in between the strands here. And then you pull the yarn. And you go underneath, pull the yarn. Then you go inserting into one of the strands sideways. And then you get your yarn and then you wrap it around the needle. Then you hold the yarn as you're pulling up. Then you go underneath, you pull the yarn, and there's your other berry. Okay, so let me finish all this here and then I will meet you back. Now I am back and I have completed all the berries. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 berries. And here I left a little open gap because I will be placing my little red ribbon on there. So since I'm already finished with this red yarn, now I'm ready to make the knot. And then I will just cut a piece of my yarn. And if you feel like you have a lot of pieces here that are cut, you can always just sew them at the end, which is not a problem because it's actually in the back and you won't be able to see it. Okay, so now I am ready to show you how I went ahead and I put this little ribbon on the top to make it look really nice and pretty. So with my sewing needle, I went ahead and I started just sewing it a little bit at a time. So let me just make some little stitches here just to hold it in place. You don't have to put a lot of stitches. And you can use any color of ribbon that you prefer. But I think the red looks really pretty, like really Christmassy. Okay, so there is the little ribbon. And that's how it's supposed to look. And now I will just make a knot. And then I just cut a little piece off. And there is your little mini Christmas wreath, which I think they're really cute. Okay, and let me show you the other ones. Now you can make them in different sizes. You know, this one's a little bit bigger than this one, as you can see. And this one is kind of like in the middle. So you have this one, you have this one here, and you have this one's a little bit bigger. And the other good thing about these wreaths is you have the option to hang them on your Christmas tree or on the fireplace. And also you can actually have a picture. You can put the picture here in the back, like you can glue it with the glue gun. And then you can have a picture of your kids, of your grandkids. And these would be a really great gifts to give to someone, especially at Christmas time. And yeah, they're really cute. And they're quick to make. I mean, anybody can make this. And the stitches that I used today, they were double crochet, which is for the center. And then I used a single crochet for the outer part of the wreath and slip stitch. So I'm pretty sure you guys know how to make that. If you know how to do double crochet, single crochet, this would be a very good project to make for Christmas time. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure, and I really appreciate you watching my video. And please remember that if you are into crocheting, to cooking, that's what my channel is all about. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I really appreciate that. And if you did already, thank you guys for doing that. And I will see you next time, because I will be making some more things for Christmas. So please be aware of all my videos that I will be posting. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about these really cute Christmas wreaths. If you have any suggestions or ideas, please leave them there in my comment section. And see you next time. Take care. Bye.